What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 51 of Littleroot Lessons. As always, I'm your host, Carter Noble, joined by our fantastic co-host, Carl Wilkin. What's up, dude?
We've got a couple big announcements this week. What else is there? No,
I don't know.
That's about it, really. Outside of our announcements and like draft league stuff, it's been a pretty quiet week.
In all actuality, yeah. So, we had a Nintendo Direct yesterday.
As of recording, yeah.
Yeah, we record Thursdays.
Yeah. Nintendo Direct last week.
Expected zero Pokemon news, got zero Pokemon news.
Yeah, like, this week is Pokemon, it's the whole Pokemon week, it's the whole 25th anniversary nonsense, so this week is going to be a bunch of news throughout the course of the week, they said, and...
Speaking of that, Centro on Twitter posted this morning, it might have been yesterday, but they basically just said... Let me see if I can find the tweet once again.
Is it about Pokemon Week?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You won't have to wait until Pokemon Day on the 27th for the big news you've been waiting for. See you all next week.
I was about to say.
Send a tweet.
It's probably, if I was a betting man and if it's the Pokemon Company, I would almost bet Tuesday. I would almost bet it'd be tomorrow. Tuesday is when they do everything. Tuesdays when they usually...
That's when they announced... That's when they dropped the Crown Tundra trailer. Because I was at work, and I'm like, alright, I'm staying off Discord so I can avoid this, and then I watched it at work instead. Over here moving 12 packs and cubes and stuff, I'm just like, I got time, I can pull this up. Just nonchalantly watching it.
So... Part of our episode today is going to be like, what's on Pokemon Day? What's the announcements? What to expect?
They're turning Katy Perry and Post Malone into Pokemon.
Yeah. The Post Malone concert. Kayla's excited for that.
I don't know, man.
It's a virtual concert. It's going to be really cool. It starts at like 6 p.m. our time on Saturday. So
I'll be in bed. Darn. Well, not quite.
No, you won't be.
But I will not be watching it. I could care less, honestly.
So, expectations for Pokemon Week here. I know they talked about multiple things and multiple franchises. I'm expecting TCG news. I'm expecting anime news.
I believe next week drops a new set for the TCG.
Is it Shining something? Or are those...
Shining Fates, I believe, is next week.
I've seen people opening that a lot, and I'm just like, is this the new one? Is this...
Oh, that actually comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Neat.
There you go.
Well, good thing the car payment's paid this month. Now I've been nothing.
Time to go open the Shining Fates and get some shiny Pokemon.
Dude, I don't know if you've seen those cards, but some of them are...
I've seen a lot of the Japanese packs. They are
so good.
I
know our LGS owner got like a Japanese pre-release kit. They opened a full art shiny Grimmsnarl V.
That seems to be the common one. I see that a lot.
That's real good looking.
I've seen that one a lot.
So very, very excited for that. I don't play the TCG. I just like opening packs. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is
gonna love this one.
Huge collector set.
So I'm expecting TCG news to be some stuff.
This is 100 shiny Pokemon in it.
Yeah. They could be, I believe it's anywhere from the common to uncommon to the rare slot.
I believe that's how the last shiny set was, because Kyle, my old roommate, has a shiny Charmander in his binder. And you can't really tell, but because the background is that shiny color, it looks really good.
It's not guaranteed in every pack, if I remember correctly.
I would be very surprised if it was. I think that would drop the prices of them drastically.
I also know that they're, in the pre-release kits, there were God packs where everything was shiny.
I have seen those, yeah.
So that's cool. Don't think I talk about the TCG much.
Not really. I just like opening it. So, I follow a couple different, PokeTubers where that's their main focus is, the TCG and actually playing and, actual meta-analysis and stuff like that. But not really. I'm really excited for the Crobat in this set because, like, the Crobat V, I think I've talked about it once before, but, like, it's insane. Mm-hmm. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
And now there's a shiny full art version of it that looks even better. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's real insane. So,
what else are we expecting? Pokemon Snap 2 news. That comes out in end of April.
April 30th?
Yeah, something like that.
Which, obviously, I'm insanely hyped for that.
Same.
I already have my order on pre-order because for my birthday, I had a coupon from Best Buy for $5 off. I'm like, all right, well, this expires today. I need to go look. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Cool, that pays for the tax on this.
Yep, so expect Pokemon Snap 2 things on the channel when that comes out. I'll probably be playing it.
Hopefully, I should be done with Stadium 2 by then.
I'd hope so. It's like 2 months away.
Look.
That's 8 weeks.
I can milk this if you want me to.
I doubt it. You'd have pretty short episodes.
I'm going to milk it. One battle a week.
I'm just going to wait to upload them all at the same time then. So Pokemon Snap 2, I'm definitely expecting stuff for that. Like remakes for Gen 4 maybe, or new main title series? Gen 9?
That is something that a lot of people have anticipated. A lot of the leakers have said, this is coming, be prepared for it.
Yeah.
If they don't announce it, or even tease it, I think it's a huge blunder on their end.
Yeah, even if it's just like the direct Breath of the Wild 2, just like hey, we don't have anything.
This is in development.
We're working on it, but we don't have anything. Like people would understand and be like, okay.
But even just giving us a tease of it
would be enough.
Would send the entire community
into just a frenzy. I remember when Breath of the Wild 2's trailer dropped, the entire Legend of Zelda community just flipped their lids. So
that's how it was yesterday with Mario Golf when it came on. I'm just like, oh! Tiff is just like, it's a golf game. Why are you excited for this? I'm like, I don't think you understand. I have a guilty pleasure for golf games, and now I get to do it as Yoshi too.
Yeah. I wasn't excited about the Direct, so nothing really like piqued my interest. The Joy-Cons, the Legend of Zelda Joy-Cons.
Oh, they're so good looking.
Those might be my new Joy-Cons.
Like, I'm not even a Zelda. Like, I'm gonna get a lot of flack from this, but I've never completed a Zelda game.
We're going to fix that eventually.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If
you have the Nintendo Online, just go play the original one on the NES emulator and.
But, like, is the original one even good?
Yes.
But, like, if you compare it to...
You can also just play on the SNES emulator and play Link's Awakening. Or you can play Zelda 2.
Zelda 2 sounds awful.
It is hilarious to play it, and the speedrun is adorable. Because there is a lot of just intricate movement you have to do to avoid encounters, and it's great.
I watched Grand Pooh Bear play it forever ago. It was his first playthrough. And, like, holy cow, the level of, like, difference between 1 and 2, I feel like it's just a huge step back. Like, I think 1, obviously...
1 is great, 2 was a step backwards, and then we had Awakening, and then that
was it Awakening or Link to the Past that came out next?
Link to the Past came out for... Link to the Past, SNES, the Famicom. And then... So I think Zelda 2 was... I
think it was at the end of the life of the Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then we got the Super, and that's when we got Link to the Past.
They were really close together.
And then, like, near the end of the Super Nintendo is when we got Link's Awakening.
Something like that.
Because they also... I know there's, like, GBA ports of it. But, like, obviously those are ports just like we had Super Mario World ported to it, and... That's honestly where I played Super Mario World for the first time, and then I'm like, all right, this game is dope. I need a Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting off track here.
Look, man.
Pokemon. Back to Pokemon stuff, because this whole week is just like Nintendo's just announcing stuff. So all their franchises are going nuts right now.
Smash announcement. Super disappointed.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They could have done.
It's a dead game anyway.
When it was spoiled and they announced the new character, I literally have no idea who it is.
It's a Fire Emblem character.
Yeah. No, it's Xeno.
It's even worse then.
Yeah.
It's a Nintendo IP that no one cares about, except for 2% of people.
All right, cool, good to know. I don't need to buy this fighter pass. I don't need to go find my copy of Smash so I can update this.
Smash is a dead game anyway. It died a while back. Anyway, Pokemon stuff. So we're 100% expecting Gen 4, right?
If it's not Gen 4, I don't know what it would be.
Let's go Johto, maybe.
That is one that is on my bucket list,
I
really hope they do.
Great. It'd be great.
I think from a community standpoint, the Let's Go series is way worse than a main story remake. I thought... Dude, I was the same way when Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out. I'm just like, why would I buy this? This doesn't look enjoyable. This is a huge step away from the Pokemon franchise's main story, the mechanics and everything. And then I played it. Yeah. And it is now my definitive way to play Kanto.
As someone who was a really big fan of it when it came out, I thought it was great.
Oh, for sure.
And something that I could sit down. I got Kayla to play it.
I got Tiff to play it. It was Tiff's first Pokemon game.
It wasn't Kayla's first one, but it was one of the first ones she actually went through and completed.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't stop halfway through like she normally does.
Tiff had a living dex going. She's like, now I'm gonna go shiny hunt everything. I'm like, oh, you're in.
If you're going to shiny hunt, Let's Go is the game to shiny hunt on for sure. Yeah. But yeah, so definitely expecting some sort of new either mainline game or a Let's Go game style thing. Pokemon Snap 2.
I think stuff. If I were running Nintendo and I had infinite number of resources to push out whatever I wanted this year, Gen 4 Remix would be the first thing. Once that is out and people are playing it is when I would put out Let's Go Johto. Yeah. 2 years from now is when I would put it out. Because you could do it. You could do Gen 4 this year and then do the DLC thing like you did for Sword and Shield, and that would be next year's. And then 2 years from now, when there's a lull in the system,
there's Johto.
There you go. Because Johto is one of people's favorites gens. Gen 2 is critically acclaimed. It's great. People love it. It's fan favorite.
If I remember correctly, I think Sword and Shield either just passed it or they're really close to passing it in total sales against Gen 2. And Gen 2 is one of the most sold games, period.
Are we counting original or
it's just original copies of Gen 2.
I didn't know if we were counting Heart Gold, Soul Silver because
it is original copies of Gen 2 because it's the Heart Gold, Soul Silver ends up being their own count track, I believe. It's really close though. If it hasn't passed it already, it's really close.
I want.
Anywho, so yeah, so definitely expecting the elephant in the room is Gen 4 remakes. People have been asking for it. It's the next logical step in the chain because we got Gen 3 remakes, Gen 6, and then we had Gen 7 come out, and it had the extra games like Gen 5 did, and so Gen 8 here should be Sword and Shield, and then remakes like been doing every other thing.
Okay, are we counting Gold, Silver, and Crystal together?
I believe so.
So that would be 29.4 million units versus Sword and Shield, where we're at 22.3. So, we're honestly pretty close.
Yeah, you're really close. In the realm of those big numbers, it's actually closer than you think.
So Gold and Silver sold 23.1. So, 800,000 units, which, when you put it like that, that's a lot.
It sounds like a lot, but it's still 23 million.
Well, comparing it to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, that sold 8.7.
Yeah.
And granted, those games were not widely liked.
It was so close to after Sun and Moon came out already, and it didn't really do anything. Like, it didn't really add it. You added 2 new Pokemon in the form of Ultra Beasts, and the game was just like a little bit harder.
Reworked the story.
Yeah.
By adding like the post game stuff with it was not
Also, it was on the 3DS, which was starting to trend downwards because all of Nintendo stuff was starting to trend downwards.
So looking at like game ratings, which is like Metacritic kind of sort of. Gold and Silver are the highest rated games too. At 90%. The only ones that come close are Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I wonder
why. With X and Y and Sun and Moon like really close behind those two, and then Black and White.
I'm not surprised by X and Y. I'm not surprised by Black and White. Sun and Moon, I felt like was probably one of the most unliked gens.
So,
just
personally,
overall.
I liked the change of the formula. I liked the moving away from the gyms and having trials and stuff like that, because it's a different region. It is a very unique experience. So being able to do something different for it makes sense.
Yeah.
My big complaint was when you're 20 hours in and they're still holding your hand of, okay, here's what we need to do, little Billy.
Yeah. That's definitely...
And that's been one of the big complaints of the last several generations. It's just like, okay, let's go. We need to keep going. Like, this is the path you need to go down. You can't stray from it.
Which is funny because then they flip the switch for Sword and Shield, and Sword and Shield's like
all right, here you go.
The hand holding's like, they kind of just like, you need to go do this way, and it's like, okay.
But if you want to do like 100 different things between here and there, sure,
go
whatever.
For it. Yeah, which that's cool. So yeah, definitely expecting a lot of Pokemon news this week, which we'll cover all that in the episode 52.
There is nothing particularly close to Red and Blue sales.
Oh God!
Like, actually looking at this, I did not realize how drastic of a difference it was. Gen 1 is insane. Red and Blue alone sold 31.3, and Yellow sold another 14.6.
That was because Yellow was just actually a completely different game.
Yeah. It actually enhanced the game.
It's like Crystal. Crystal and Yellow were completely different games, and they were just like the trainers had different Pokemon, the gym leaders were different, and things like that.
Same with like Emerald, having that third definitive game in the series, which we haven't had since Platinum.
Yeah, Platinum. They went away with. They kind of did it with Black and White too.
Well, Black and White 2 were true sequels.
Yeah,
like they were actual sequels to the game, which. Honestly, Black and White 2, way better than Black and White.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But again, it's enhancing on what they already have done, which is what Platinum did, is what Emerald did, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. That's why Yellow is still a buggy mess.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not completely held together by duct tape and a witch.
Yeah, it's not completely and utterly busted.
I'm pretty sure if you take your Red and Blue cart apart, it just falls apart on the desk.
I've done that. It doesn't. I will confirm that. It is held together by tape, though.
Of course it is, man. Why would it not be?
It's because nobody knows how to solder on batteries anymore, and they tape them in with electric tape. Like yours are.
I thought you...
Nope, I did not solder them back on.
Close enough, whatever.
I peeled the tabs off the battery, and I taped the battery to the tabs.
Whatever, close enough.
So yes, yours is held together by duct tape. Well, electric tape. Still tape.
It works.
So outside of all of those Pokemon announcements for Pokemon Week, we also got our next series of rules.
Yeah!
You forgot about this one, didn't you?
Well, see, here's the thing.
It's because we're going backwards in time.
It's because it makes no sense.
It makes no sense if there's no other DLC coming.
Which... Here's my thing about that. Why would you announce it 2 weeks into the current series? Compared to the timeline of every other series that they've announced, This makes no sense.
The reason they can announce it this early is because there's no Players' Cup thing going on in May.
That we know of?
No. For the end of Players' Cup 3, there's nothing going on.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Players' Cup 3 ends in April, so at the start of... They can announce it this early because there's no competitive advantage being given for anything.
I don't know. So, the big thing that people have assumed in relation to this is... Obviously, it's going to be a change of format. They're going to add something. That why would they go back to the exact same format? Which I agree with. It makes no sense to go, all right, you know that rule set you just played with for 3 months? We're going to do it again.
Yeah, we're just going to go backwards.
Especially when everything else, the only other time they've gone backwards was from 5 to 6, where they added a ban list, which was
something
big different. Yeah. But going 7 to, okay, here's 8 with all the restricted mons to, okay, you don't need those anymore.
You don't need those anymore. Here's back to 7.
Let's take those away. You're getting too far ahead of yourself, kid.
Which I'm enjoying a lot of 8. I've played more ladder with 8 than I did with any other series probably since Series 3, since we had the competition to play on.
I think I'm closing in on like 60 games on ladder, which honestly does not sound like a lot, but that's on cart, which is where mostly I'm just like recording, but at the same time, there's been multiple times where I'm just like, I'm just going to sit down and play on the ladder. I like this team, I'm going to play with it.
I've been doing a lot of lapdog with Gigas on cart, just because I like the team.
Have you hit Master Ball yet?
I'm halfway through 10.
Okay, I'm going to ask you every week, so eventually you'll give me the answer of yes.
The subpar teams here. So, Lugia tanked me down to 7.
I forgot about Lugia.
So I was almost to 10 before Lugia, and Lugia dropped me all the way back to 7. So I had to work my way back up with the other teams, with the Lapdog, and then...
Zygarde team you've been playing.
And then there was a couple laddering teams in there that worked me up to 10. So we're at 10, about halfway through 10.
And then you played Zekrom.
And we went down and then up and then down and then up, and we're currently at like a quarter of the way through 10.
Okay. Whereas I'm in like the 7,000 mark on Master Ball, which honestly is like the highest I've ever been, because normally when we get to Master Ball, it's like, all right, cool, that's the end of the season. You know, I do it in a month. Whereas here's like, all right, it's day 2. I'm in Master Ball.
Yeah. So it's like there's so much grinding like you can do in this once you hit the Master Ball now. Like you have so much free time to play on it. And that's great. I know Players' Cup stuff starts
next week, right? It's the weekend of Pokemon Week.
It's either that or it's in March, one of the two.
I actually don't know. I legitimately have no idea. I didn't qualify, so...
Yeah, same. For those that do, leave a comment down below. When does it actually start?
Because we're uninformed and I'm too lazy to look it up when I have the entire internet on my phone.
But yeah, so Series 8's been great. Been enjoying that a lot. But not excited to go back to 7. Not excited at all.
If there's no change, it doesn't make sense.
It's a weird move. If there's nothing new to add to it, it's a very weird move.
So... that's why people are like, all right, well, obviously this is going to be different.
Yeah.
So people are like, okay, this means we're getting a new DLC that they haven't.
Yeah, that's where that comes in. It's like, it's Pokemon Week, and they announced this for a reason early, so it's like, are we getting a DLC?
No!
Probably not. I'm going to be completely honest, probably not.
I think that would be something that would really hold us over from February until November, when we're anticipating the new title.
Yeah.
That would be, like, if they released it in, like, May.
If it ends up being just, like, a patch to enable the rest of the Pokemon, that seems more likely. But don't expect a full DLC like a
Oh, for sure. Even if it's just like, all right, well, here's, here's, like, Sinnoh starters and Kalos starters, because those aren't in the game yet. Like, just...
here's the things you're missing.
Just like, here's 6 more Pokemon. They're probably not good. Go ahead. Like, or even, what are we missing? We're missing Gen 2 starters.
Yeah.
Gen
2,
4.
Gen 4.
Gen 6. Do we have Gen 5?
Gen 5 is out of the game still.
I legitimately can't remember what the Gen 5 starters are.
Gen 5 is the believe Gen 5 was
Emboar. And Servine, Superior, and
Oshawott.
Yeah. So that's 4. So 2, 4, 5, 6. And we have 7.
Yeah, we have 7.
We have 8 and 1.
And 1 and 3.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. So even if it's just like, here's 12 Pokemon, have fun.
Yeah, even if it's that, it's still a change. Like, they could easily have made up a patch to where you can transfer these Pokemon in now. Imagine getting a Empoleon. Oh my goodness. Having Water Steel, like, on Amon is just insane.
Water Steel with Defiant.
Yeah.
It's not a physical attacker, but it has Defiant.
Yeah.
So I'm actually curious if there's a list out here. There is. Conveniently, there's a list of Pokemon not in Sword and Shield.
Like, are any of them big?
Let's see.
Outside of the starters?
Beedrill, Pidgeot, Raticate, Fearow, Arbok, Parasect, Venomoth. Victory Bell, because it gives Chlorophyll? Am I reaching too far yet? Golem, Dodrio.
Golem would be cool. Because
then you get a
Alolan Golem.
Cool, yeah.
That would be cool.
Alolan Muck.
That's another one.
That's another one that I would like. Dugong, Hypno, Electrode. Gen 3 starters.
We have
Gen 2 starters, sorry.
Yeah.
What's the... There's actually quite a few.
What's the... Like, Gen 2's... A lot of Gen 2's missing, isn't it?
It looks like it, yeah, because there's, like, Ampharos and Chompluff.
Yep.
Murkrow and Honchkrow, Mischievous and Mismagius. Fortress. That one's more for, like, singles, but we still have Ferrothorn, so probably not, whatever.
Yeah.
Magcargo, Houndoom, Donphan, Smeargle.
Yeah, let's not put that one in the
game. 45 are missing from Johto.
That's almost half.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's just 5 sort of half.
That's from insane. Gen 3, anything here that's cool. Swellow. Like, you can do gut swallow things, but it's not good. Hariyama's another fake out user.
That's a cool one. Metacham.
Yep, Metacham gets huge power.
I think isn't that the Mega?
It might only be Mega.
Isn't that the Mega that gets huge power?
Camerupt, whatever.
That's one. Camerupt's one I wish we had that we don't have.
I don't think it's good, though.
It's not good, but I like it. It may not be good, but I like it.
49 from Gen 3 that are missing. Gen 4, we have starters. Staraptor is another Intimidate user.
Yep.
We don't have the Gen 4 fossils. We have all the fossils except for the Gen 4 fossils.
That almost confirms Gen 4 remakes them. Because we didn't get Rampardos or Bastiodon.
Yeah, the Gen 4 fossils.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that, I'm like, huh.
I was trying to remember their names because I'm not looking at the list.
Okay. Like some of the Gen 4 evolutions are really cool. Like, you have Honchkrow, which personally doesn't mean anything, but I know, like, Moxie boosted would, shit himself if it came back.
Yeah.
Other ones here, you have Ambipom, which I believe is, like, Technician Fake Out. Does it get Technician?
I think Apom gets Technician, so I'm assuming Ambipom does.
Let's look.
I don't know. So yeah, so Pokemon DLC could definitely happen where it's just like, here's all these extra Pokemon in a patch.
It does.
For free.
It also gets Skill Link.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's good, but other ones we're missing. Yanmega, Gliscor. Gliscor's sick.
Yeah.
You get Poison Heal. Yeah, that's sick. Probopass. And then a bunch of mythicals. Yeah, like, man, they had so many mythicals in Gen 5.
Oh, yeah.
A whopping 43 from Gen 4 that were missing. Gen 5 is starters. Alola, Electros.
That's what I want back. I want my Electros back.
It's like, It's the starters, the monkeys, and then just like Swanna. That's like the next important one.
Just give me Electros back. Just give me Electros back.
Gen 6 we have. Actually, there's not very many Gen 6 that are missing.
Gen 6 wasn't a very big ad to begin with.
Really?
Yeah, it was not. I don't remember that being that many new Pokemon in that game.
21 are missing.
Floette, Flabebe, Florges.
Yep.
What are the other ones?
So you have the 9 starters.
Yep.
Those 3.
So that's 12.
So you're missing 9.
Goodness.
Anytime you want to...
Give me I'll think about it.
Okay, we'll come back.
I have to think about what was in Gen 6. Gen 6 was one of my favorites, too. That's why I have to think about it.
There's 11 from Gen 7 that are missing.
That was another one. I don't think there was that many new Pokemon in Gen 7 either.
One that really upsets me is Toucannon, only because I shiny hunted it, and it's a beautiful shiny, and I can't bring it over to see it.
I know there's... People want Minior back in the game.
I don't know why.
Shields down is, I guess, an insane thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's insane for singles, if I remember right.
Sure, whatever. I can tell you the last time I played singles was when I was playing through the main story. I've not played a competitive singles game at all since it's come out.
When I was first getting grinding for BP, I would always play 1.
I debated grinding to Master Ball, and then I told myself, no, that sounds awful.
I would always play 1 so you get the mint and capsule rewards and whatnot.
Yeah, it's probably worth it.
But now that I just have a million of everything, it's just like, whatever.
Does Primeape get guts?
I think so.
Like, I just saw it on the list. I'm like, that's a weird one. What does it do?
I think it's Primeape is Anger Point and...
Oh, that would make sense.
I think it's Anger Point and Guts.
Vital Spirit, Anger Point, and Hidden Ability, Defiant.
Oh! Okay.
Defiant on a base 105 Mon.
What can we do with Primeape?
Defiant, I just said.
No, like, do we get any crazy, like, is our speed decent? Is our...
95 speed.
Okay, so we're in an okay speed.
Our bulk is awful.
Oh, yeah, we're
65,
Primeape.
60, 70.
Yeah, we're Primeape. We're not meant to be bulky. We're also, like, not a decent Mon, so it's just, like, our base stats are lower.
Let's see. Elemental punches.
It should just be normal fighting type stuff.
Yeah, basically.
Like Iron Head.
Let's see. Pursuit's not in the game, so we have CC, Stomping Tantrum, Outrage.
Yeah. That one's just because Primeape just gets mad.
Thunderbolt.
That's weird.
It's real weird. This is the Gen 7 move list. So,
okay.
Brick Break, EQ, Aerial Ace, so we can actually like max Airstream. That doesn't sound awful.
Well, that's actually decent.
Acrobatics, not surprised by that. Fast Bulldoze. Poison Jab, U-Turn. The more I look at this, the more I'm impressed with Primeape, and I feel sad saying that. You can get Iron Tail somehow. You don't have a tail, but okay.
Because Mankey has a tail.
That makes sense. That makes way more sense.
Mankey gets it, so Primeape has to get it. That's just how the thing works.
Transfer only moves, you can get Power Up Punch.
Ooh.
But now you can just Dynamax and Power Up Punch every turn.
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't know if it's good.
Yeah, it's not very good.
I'm going to try it if it comes, though.
So yeah, that's kind of just like the rundown of Pokemon Week. Expectations, thoughts.
We have rambled on for like half an hour about literally nothing.
Yeah, that happens. It's a big week. We have the potential for a bunch of stuff to come up, and
we haven't even talked like the best thing that's happening this week. PokePod Cup.
It's not this week. It's the end of the.
Yeah, but like signups are this week.
Yeah, but we hadn't got that far yet.
I figured that was the segue.
That's not part of Nintendo stuff.
Is there anything else before I segue? Because I've already kind of segued.
Yeah, we're already kind of there now, so I guess we got to do it.
The train has kind of already left the station.
Yeah, good
it's
job.
kind of hard to come back.
Yeah, good job. So, for those that aren't in our Discord and want to participate in the PokePod Cup, the Discord link will be down below. In order to participate, you have to join in order to participate, you have to join one of the communities. That way you can get access to the forum and the server invite that's in our Discords. You can represent whoever you want. We don't really care.
Yeah, simply put, for those who didn't play in the first one, this is a community grassroots tournament, simply put, between ourselves, the wonderful people over at ATX, the fantastic people over at Pokesports, and then we're adding in the Greek VGC group and Bergmite?
Bergmite.
I was
not
close.
Bergmite.
That's a Pokemon.
That's a Pokemon.
Look, man, it's a Pokemon tournament.
The Bermites refer to PokeBurms. Burms is the editor for Pokesports, and he does a lot of cool YouTube stuff.
Oh, neat.
Yep.
I actually did not know that.
Well, now you do. Like I said, signups are open right now. You have to join in the Discord down below. Signups started, I think it was like
Monday, Monday.
This past
which
month, like a
we
while ago.
hadn't finalized everything when last week's episode came out, so
we didn't talk about it.
But here you go.
Yeah.
So,
and we're not doing what we did last time. I'm not posted on Twitter for anything like that. So I'm not gonna post the invite on Twitter this time. You have to come and join the Discords that way.
Yep.
That way we don't have random bots like we did earlier in the week.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I was driving.
I just happened to have been on my phone looking at stuff and catching up on the messages on my break, and I saw the bot in there. I'm just like, oh, this isn't good. I went to click on them so I could be prepared just in case it was a bot. Started spamming everyone.
Yep.
So I kicked it out of there. Apparently woke somebody up. Sorry.
I'm still stuck on Primate. His shiny is so bad.
Oh my god. Put your phone away.
Look, man.
Speaking of PokePod Cup, though, are you playing this time? You did really well in the group stage last time.
I did, and then I played a mirror and got my butt handed to me. To be fair, my mirror match was insane. Like, it was really, really close, and it came down to para-flinching, and it was super close. And if I had a few more things roll my way, it probably could have gone better, but he adjusted way better in game 2 than I did, and that's that. But maybe
I didn't get to play last time.
The big thing is I need to find something to play, which I know you've actually been actively working on stuff, whereas mine is just all right, I need to play this team for laddering. Let's build it. Okay, I built this team in 20 minutes. It's not complete garbage.
Yay! Not playing in the last one means I will have a little bit more drive to play in this one. Hopefully, work is nice to me when it comes time to play, and I can actually play. But yeah, I've been working on stuff. I've been playing with Zygarde. I've been playing with Lapdog. I've been playing with Tornogre. I've been playing with Venudon. Just been trying a bunch of stuff out.
What's catching your eye?
Zygarde. Zygarde is. So we're gonna take this banner away, and we're gonna bring up Zygarde here. So this is literally ripped from Pokesports team. I've just been playing with it, just trying to get used to the play patterns, and they're great. For those that may not know how Zygarde works, Zygarde can have the ability Power Construct. So at the end of a turn where you're at less than 50% HP, you get to go to Zygarde Complete and heal for a ton because your base HP stat just increases like crazy. This one is Weakness Policy. I'm not sure how much I like Weakness Policy.
I think when you're pairing it with Comfey like you are here and having a nigh impossible way of not getting Weakness Policy off, I think it's great. Especially because once you do trigger your complete form and then you're just spamming floral healing, that seems really powerful.
Yeah.
The problem is you don't want to be spamming floral healing until you get to that point.
Exactly.
Because otherwise it's just all right, well, you're at 60% health this turn. If you get crit, you die.
Yeah.
But I don't want to heal you because then you could, just go back up to where you were. So
So that's the fun game you got to play. It's a lot of strategy involved. The cool part about this thing is like you get moves like Breaking Swipe, which lowers their attack. You also get 1,000 arrows, so you can hit flying types with it, and that's really cool. I can't tell you how many times I've grounded a Ho-Oh or a Charizard, and then I've blown them up because it hits them for super effective after that. The way 1,000 arrows works.
Huh. I hadn't actually thought about that, but that's real sick.
So the way it works is 1,000 arrows hits them for neutral damage the first turn. After they're smacked down, if their other type is weak to ground,
like Ho-Oh is,
it ignores the flying type and hits them super effective.
So when they're grounded, do they lose their flying typing?
No, not essentially.
Okay, so they don't lose like stab on.
Yeah, they don't stab on anything like that. It's just you're smacked down, you're grounded.
Gotcha. See, and something
it
that's
works like
so
Iron Ball.
niche.
It works like Iron Ball.
Couldn't tell you the last time I played with Iron Ball.
So that's like you become grounded, but you get to keep your typing. You get to keep the flying typing. It just so happens the way 1,000 arrows is worded that it essentially ignores it and still lets you hit them. Outside of that, we're running Iron Tail just so when we Dynamax, we can boost our defense. The goal is just to be bulky. I've seen a lot of other cool sets, like Coil, Glare sets, that are just insanely bulky.
I have seen those. Compared to this, I don't like them.
I love them.
Oh, see, I'm the complete opposite. I think they're hot garbage.
I love the Coil sets. Wolfie's been playing with the Coil set, and it's great. It's fun to watch him just grind with it.
Every time I've played against it, they try to do this, where they just try to go big instantly.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
And just try to blow you up. And in hindsight, after the game where you get to see the opposing team is like, you had Coil and Glare. That seems way more useful than just trying to go brr.
Yeah. Zygarde is definitely not a Dynamax target on this team a lot of the time. You almost never want to Dynamax this thing unless you absolutely have to, or you're in a position where Zygarde can sweep your opponent's team. Specifically because there's so much Intimidate running around that it really hurts it, because you only have 100 base attack in your normal form. So you have to put a bunch of investment to actually do anything with weakness policy. So that's why we have these two over here. We have Lapras with Life Orb, max special attack, max speed. You are a fast Lapras. Don't ask me why. I have gotten so many people with this fast Lapras build. I literally just Dynamax it and I blow them up, and they just what the heck just hit me? Because they expect you to be slow.
That's like my draft league team this week, which we'll probably talk about here after a while. I'm fast Ensign this week, so I can outspeed Necrozma Duskmane, because they're not going to be fast, right?
Should be.
Hopefully.
You're going to be faster than it anyway because their base speed's lower.
No, it's not. They're 77. I'm 60.
Oh.
Yeah, so I am crept to be 1 point faster than 4 EV investment, and then everything else is spec to be outspeed Jolly or Timid or whichever one they are, just to I'm 1 point faster than that, and then my Comfey is 1 point faster than those. It's really convoluted and complicated, and I understand why, but it's stupid, and I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay, Lapras. Lapras.
Fast Lapras here, the idea is you pair this up with a Regieleki or a Comfey or Incineroar, and you just neutralize one half while Lapras deals with the other one.
Okay.
My fun pairing is Aleki Incin a lot of the times, because I can just Electro Web and Fake Out and slow them down, which that's a common pairing I've seen a lot of places is Aleki Incin. Just that's a common lead. A lot of teams.
I have played a ton of Aleki in this format. Every time I've played with it, it has impressed me.
Oh yeah, Aleki's great.
It is by far one of my favorite mons, and so easy to just slap on everything.
It's definitely coming to its own, where it's you can play this magnet set that this one's on, where it's Electro Web, max special attack, max speed, timid. You 277, just trying to be as fast as possible, and Electro Web things down to slow them down. Electro Web deals a lot of damage too, just in general. So yeah. And then pairing that with this Incineroar here, which this is the Pokesports special Speedy Incineroar.
I don't know how I feel about Fast Incin.
It's to outspeed opposing Incins. That's the only thing it's there for. You need to make sure you're there to outspeed opposing Incins and still survive hits. So you get your fake outs off first. In the mirror.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And your parting shots and things like that.
Okay.
That's literally what it's there for. And like we said, we have this Comfey here to go with the Zygarde. This Comfey, I have gotten to many people because we are doing Trick Room Ally Switch stuff as well.
Yep. I love Comfey, man. It's so fun.
Just gonna do so many things. Ally Switch, Draining Kiss, Trick Room for Lore Healing. This is like, I'm going to
This Draining Kiss is gonna hurt your Zygarde, man.
Yeah, it does.
Like...
I thought it still hurts. No, it still hurts.
I thought it was 252 plus. I'm like,
no,
holy cow, you're gonna kill
Zygarde's
yourself.
special defense is not the greatest.
I mean, 95's not awful. When we're comparing it to Primeape, that's really good.
This is also a restrict one. So take that 95 with a grain of salt.
Yeah, Primeape is just as fast and has higher attack.
Exactly.
So really...
Exactly.
Primeape is strictly better than Zygarde, is what I've heard.
Yes. So that's kind of the idea here. We also just have Kartana just as like incidental coverage. Kartana hits a lot of everything else. This one is super fast and super special defense investment. With the current EVs, it's 82 times 1.5. Means your essential special defense is 143, right? 123.
Yes, 123.
Yeah. So you're decently like assault with the assault vest. You'd survive a lot of stuff. Also, having Lapras means you can reduce the fire weakness for Kartana, which is the big one. But yeah, this team's been great. Currently iterating on it, trying to figure out other things to play with. Zygarde has impressed me.
Man, I've talked about it time and time again, especially with you. Kartana has just not impressed me.
This Kartana has been decent. Other Kartanas where they're just like, I'm going to slap AV on it but not invest into it, those feel bad.
Yeah, and that's the common one that runs around and you're like, alright, well...
Like, I've survived Ice Beams, I've survived Heat Waves, I've survived a lot of just like things that I didn't think I would that I ended up doing.
My favorite one that I remember, I one-shot a Dynamax Kartana with a Heat Wave from Heatran. It's like, oh, you poor child. Like, no, granted, I was like, max investment Life Orb. So it was going to do a chunk regardless.
Yeah.
And
that
then
just tells you that they didn't do any kind of investment for their Assault Vest. They just went 252 attack, 252 speed, slapped an Assault Vest, thinking it'd be fine. But yeah, that set there definitely is like, I'm a pick up a KO after I get you low. Pick up a KO. Okay, now I'm +1. Now I could survive I could survive a whatever special attack out of something. Pick up another one.
Yep, just it snowballs very quickly.
This is a backline Kartana and a frontline Regieleki. Like that's how the team is played. Your front to back is Incineroar, Regieleki, Lapras. Like those three want to be out front. Sometimes you lead the Comfey Zygarde lead, and that does stuff. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the times you are Incineroar plus Aleki or Incineroar plus Lapras. Sometimes you're Incineroar plus Zygarde, things like that, and then you bring Kartana and something else in the back, depending on what you have in the front. But yeah, this team's been great. Definitely has a problem with Calyrex Ice just having like enough good ways of dealing with it, which you'd think with Kartana and Incineroar it would be fine, but it could be a problem once in a while, just because like those are the only two answers to deal with it.
Yeah, the big thing is like Zygarde cries, Lapras doesn't really do anything to it.
Like, you can hit it with a water type attack.
Have you seen the Callies running around with Seed Bomb?
Yeah, I ran into a bunch of those.
Yeah, it hurts.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It does a lot. It's like the first time I ran into Callie Shadow that had Draining Kiss, I'm just like, oh, we're dead.
Super dead. But yeah, this is the team I've been playing with, looking to do more stuff with it. If I do play in the PokePod Cup, it'll probably be some iteration of Zygarde. It might just be this exact 6 using the rental code. I don't know. But definitely looking at playing with this. What about you? What do you want to play with?
Look, man. Here's the thing.
You want to play with everything.
I've played with a lot, and there have been a ton that have impressed me. Every time I've played against Ho-Oh, it has bodied me to no extent, where it doesn't matter what I do, I just get completely wrecked by it. And so, like, I kind of want to mess around with Ho-Oh to see if it's actually as good as it's been against me, or if my teams are just built incorrectly.
I'm telling you, man, play it this one. We're gonna bring this back up here. This is another Pokesports special. This is from Pokesports, but I'm pretty sure this is just James Beck's team.
Okay.
Which is the specialty.
Yeah, okay, it is. Like that.
So, like, the Ho-Oh set is safety goggles, so you don't have to worry about a Moongus.
Which, honestly, safety goggles Ho-Oh is real impressive. I've ran into it a couple times, and I'm just like, well, there goes my one way of beating this.
Yeah. It's super bulky. It's hard to take down. If I was to play anything else, I'd probably play this.
Especially when you Dynamax. And then you add in Recover, you add in Regenerator on top of it. This thing is a pain to deal with.
Yep. You have to have a guaranteed way of just like, I need to blow this up now. Regieleki does deal with it a decent amount, but...
Not nearly as much as you need to, man.
Yeah, you need to double into it for sure.
Base 154 special defense is massive.
Like, you have to double into it, but like if you can double into it with a Lecky and another super effective hit, it's almost 100% going down.
Yeah, if it's like Eleki plus Lando Rock Slide, it might be enough, but you probably need to max in that chance so you're not getting spread damage.
Yeah.
But...
this is another Lapras team. This is a light clay set, though. This goes the opposite way. Instead of being fast, you're just full bulk.
Yeah, which...
with max special attack, because you're not playing Life Orb.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about your HP, just bulk up.
And then here's this duo. This lead is cute.
This is adorable.
So this is a specially defensive. This is special attack Tyranitar. So you have Ice Beam to deal with Lando, because Lando's a problem for you. You have Dark Pulse, so you still hit Stab against Calyrex Shadow and Calyrex Ice, and can just deal a chunk of damage after your policy has been procced. You have Rock Slide as a reset Sand against things that want to take away your Sand if you Dynamax this guy. And you're bulky. You're just a bulky set. Max HP, some defensive investments, and then you have all the special attack investment.
I think I even have a 0-speed shiny Tyranitar from Monotype League.
Well, there you go.
I know I've played 0-speed T-Tar something. I think it was Monotype League.
Well, let's pair with the 0-speed T-Tar with Sandra's Dracozolt, who just outspeeds everything.
Honestly, I know you just got done playing Reshiram. You got done playing Zekrom, and the entire time I'm just like, you're devoting your restricted slot to a worse Dracozolt.
Exactly. Which Dracozolt with Bolt Beak and Life Orb and Dragon Claw, Earthquake. Fun fact, I had a lot of people, because they will lead Intimidators against you, which lowers your Dracozolt's attack, so when you Dynamax your T-target, Earthquake deals less damage. Because nothing's going to outspeed your Dracozolt at +2.
So then you can proc Policy.
So you proc your Policy.
And then go burr.
With T-Tar. And they'd still think you're physical, and you just
until
keep
you hit them.
until you just keep clapping them with the special moves. So it's great. Rounding out this team, we have a Moongus here, Cobra Berry, Clear Smog Spore, Rage Powder Protect. I like having Clear Smog a lot. Just everyone's weakness policy, everyone's setting up. So it's like having haze.
So here's my thing. I don't like this EV spread on a Moongus. So this is going to sound bad, but the sets I've been impressed with Amoonguss are Focus Sash Max Speed. I know that sounds super bizarre, but when you're pairing it with like Tailwind or even just naturally, because you're like they're not expecting fast Amoonguss, you can get so many additional like spores off because they're ignoring you, and because you have your Focus Sash, you're guaranteed to take one hit.
This one's specifically 27 IVs for probably Calyrex Ice.
No idea.
I know Calyrex's base speed is 50.
Okay.
So min speed Calyrex is in that range somewhere. I need to find that real quick. Let's figure that out real quick. Do I have a box? Here's the box. Add a Pokemon. This is my draft box. Don't mind me.
It's whatever.
Calyrex Ice. What is min speed minus nature? Okay, so you.
This is underspeeds by 1.
Underspeeds by 1 in Trick Room.
I feel like at that point you might as well go 0.
Well, when this is the thing you have to worry about, this is like they're going to set up this thing. They're going to set up Trick Room somehow with this thing, probably either way. Mm-hmm. So you like protect turn 1 to make sure you don't go down to Glacial Lance, and then you spore them because you're going to be slower. Well, you're going to technically be faster in Trick Room, so you get them that way. And that's part of the things like we were talking about. Calyrex Ice just kind of is unimpressive because it's like, yes, it's slow in comparison to the rest of the format, but it's not Glastrier slow.
And like that's the other thing is like the amount of attack that you gain from being Cali versus Glastrier is just like negligible.
Isn't it what? Like it's 165 attack now
compared to 130, which like I mean that is
it's a lot,
but at the same time, like
things you were OHKOing at 130, you're like at 165. You probably still OHKO at 130 with like a Life Orb or a Weakness Policy.
Yeah, which granted you can carry those on Cali, but I ran into Akaberry Cali today. And I would have won that game after playing terribly. I played that game awful.
Oh, did you?
And I would have won that game had it not been exactly Akaberry. And the worst part is I had a brief moment of, okay, they're going to go for a ground attack here. Or they're going to go for Glacial Lance, so I need to resist it so I can go for Iron Head. And I'm like, wait, no. Pyro Ball has a higher base attack, I'll just Pyro Ball it. And then it was Akaberry.
Should have
Iron Headed.
Yep, should have just Iron Headed it.
I don't think Iron Head would have been enough, but
probably not. But it would have been better than Akaberry.
I got the burn, and then P2 foul played me and knocked me down to like 55. I'm just like, alright, well, I need to take care of this P2. Hope Pyro Ball takes it out. And then I got the burn on it too. I lost that game, but I went out fighting.
It's a good feel-good moment. But yeah, I can get you the rental code for this one too.
Okay, so I haven't really played with Ho-Oh, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've struggled against it, is because I don't know how to play, what's good against it, and like the play patterns
Battling. That thing's good against it.
Yeah, to be 100%
really
honest.
Good against it. It's Intimidate plus Rock Slide. I've seen a lot of special Ho-Ohs just to play around it, which they're okay. Special Ho-Oh specifically is like you're reliant on Hurricane, and you don't get to do Sacred Fire things.
Which Sacred Fire Ho-Oh is really good.
Sacred Fire Ho-Oh's really good, dude. It's like you're also losing 20 on your stats. You're going from 130 to 110. Which, if you're Weakness Policy, that's cool. But you can do stuff like that. But then it's like super telegraphed, and you have to like flip turn or Aqua Jet into it, or I guess you could Excel Rock with like Lycan Rock.
Oof.
Yeah, you don't like that idea.
Yeah, not particularly.
I'm just trying to think of other priority attacks that hit Ho-Oh, and those are like the ones that.
Just anything with Eliki, because it's just fast.
Yeah. Discharge. Hit everything.
So like. Other things I've been impressed with is like Kyogre, but everyone knows how to play against it because it's one of the more popular.
Everyone's been playing Kyogre, so it's just like everywhere.
Groudon, again, I haven't played with it since like week 0 and week 1, but it was good then. I have a feeling it's still really good.
It's probably still good. It's a little bit harder to play now that people are kind of venturing away from. They're more like their Sun teams are still there, but they're picking different restricteds and playing Torkoal.
I played against one today that had Ninetales.
I've been playing a lot of like Sun Room.
Yep.
The first episode of I believe the first episode of Zekrom, every team was Sun Room plus either like Calyrex Ice and Indeedee or Necrozma and Indeedee. I'm just like, well, god dang, I'm just playing Sunroom all day. So Sunroom's still good. Who knew? Which that's what the Venudon team was before that. It was just like so we were playing Glastrier though.
Yeah, which was really good.
Which was really good. Which you can do that, and it's probably something I would recommend.
Dialga. Dialga's really impressive.
Dialga's really good.
It bodies it by itself just bodies everything that Tornogre is trying to do. It's like,
yeah,
okay, I don't care about you.
The one downside of Dialga is if they have Snarl like on their team anywhere or Light Screen anywhere, you're kind of in trouble because your damage output is severely reduced. So that's like the one iffy thing. Another one I was impressed with, Palkia was very impressive. Palkia would be something I would look back at and try to consider playing again.
Palkia wasn't bad. Giratina actually really impressed me.
I would be special instead of physical.
There's just so much Intimidate. But at the same time, there's also a bunch of Snarl and a bunch of Eerie Impulses.
I've actually seen less Snarl. Now, like, as the format's developed, everyone's playing the Calyrex Ice, and everyone's playing Groudon, and everyone's playing with Zacian, so you want that Intimidate. So I've been seeing less Snarls and more Intimidate plus Taunt to stop Trick Room.
Reshiram has really impressed me, too.
Reshiram's probably one of the better dual typings because you're still neutral to Ice, you're neutral to Fairy. You only have to ever worry about Dragon.
You gain a Ground and a Rock weakness.
But, like, you're a Dragon, so you can just hit a lot of those just naturally with your coverage.
Kyurem White. Really good.
It's the same boat as Reshiram, except it's Dragon Ice instead of Dragon Fire.
Which so means you're weak to Zacian, which is not great.
Yeah, like, you're weak to Zacian in multiple ways there. It's like, since they're playing Behemoth Blade, you're just like, don't hit me.
Please look at my Whimsicott.
Look over here. let me focus on Whimsicott and let me hit you with this Max Flare.
To be fair, the Kyurem team that I played, I kind of just threw together and just like, all right, well, these are the best three. These are the three common mons that are played with. All right, I kind of need a water type. Here's Feeny. Feeny likes Lando. Here's Lando. Also Eliki because I like this mon. And it was fine. Like, in all actuality, the team felt very cohesive. Taunt on Cinderace was a last-minute addition because I was too lazy to breed for Sucker Punch or High Jump Kick. It's like, all right, well, I'm already, done, so here's Taunt instead. And it was fine. Taunt actually could have pulled me into a couple different games had I not played like garbage.
Yeah.
But Cinderace is like the one thing on that team I'm just like, this could be literally anything else and I would be happy.
Yeah.
Past that,
I think that's about it, really.
Yeah. Yveltal's been really, really good for Draft League, but...
Yeah. Draft League's I've been doing great. We're both 3-0 in our group.
To be fair, I have an insanely difficult matchup this week, and Aaron and I spent like 2 hours this morning, like reworking my entire team. It's just like, all right, well, how can we? Because they have Duskmane Necrozma and Cole, so it's like, okay, who carries policy this week? How do I prep for both of them? oh god, I'm gonna lose.
I had to prep for Garchomp. That was like the big thing. Like Garchomp can sweep through my team, so I had to make sure that everything could survive Garchomp. Which, fun fact, Garchomp was the strongest thing on their team. So if everything survives super effective hits from Garchomp, I'm pretty sure it'll survive everything else. Also, he's like, I have a powerhouse now. My team is stacked. It's scary.
I feel like my team definitely made improvements over the last week. Trading Sylveon for Comfey was huge.
Yeah.
And then dropping the deadweight that was Rhydon for Miltank is probably okay.
Fun fact, we both picked up Sap Sippermons.
Yep.
Mine's just a little bit better. Mine's in the form of Goodra.
To be fair, I also now have Comfey, so I can do like...
You can do stuff with it now.
47 different mons that can hold a weakness policy, while also having Sap Sipper, while also...
Same!
It's like, what are you gonna do? Because I don't even know what I'm doing.
My team is set up pretty well. Like I said, I had to only really worry about Garchomp. Because my opponent has Calyrex Shadow as their restricted, and I have Yveltal. So I feel like Calyrex Shadow probably isn't even showing up this week.
It's gonna training kiss you. You're gonna cry.
Cool.
It's gonna max fairy you.
Sure.
So they have Duskmane Necrozma, which is a threat in and of itself. Colossal and Weavile. Mm-hmm. Then they have Slow Mode with Driftblim, with Bronzong, which then can also trigger policy on Necrozma.
Yep.
Then they have Fast Mode with Driftblim Thwacky.
Yeah.
Redirection with Butterfree.
Yep.
And Jinx.
Jinx is scary, man.
It's just like, holy cow, you have so many things that I don't know how to play against all of them.
You're real hard trying for the bye. Me and Chasey are kind of just like, yeah, it's whatever. If I lose, it means more content. And that's the goal. It's more content. More content is good. But yeah, Draft League is going well. Definitely locking in ourselves into both the top cut for group stages. After group stages is really good.
Yep.
Because I was not super impressed. Oh, I didn't even talk about the other special pickup. I got Weezing now.
Yeah,
Gigas is now scary. Gigas is definitely a threat now. Plus, I can just get to turn off of people's abilities if I want to. Which is really good. Also gives me a very good answer, a second answer to the fairy types that can be a problematic to Goodra later on down the line, besides just having to play Magnezone all the time. So, really, really good. Team is definitely scary now. We dropped Landorus, which Landorus in the first 2 weeks carried its weight, and then I realized it's like, I can't use Landorus how I want because I'm stuck with just Sand Force or Sheer Force, like, I can't go back and forth. So, I'm just like, we'll just drop Landorus, pick up Weezing after week 3, just before the trade deadline ended. Yeah. Anything else we want to talk about this week?
Man, I'm real scared about Draft League this week.
You'll be fine. Well,
he also has Primarina. That's the other one I was missing.
Oh, that one's scary.
Yeah.
So I would definitely be expecting Cole.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, I did a lot of calcs of like, alright, cool, but I can't fake out the Weavile because it's faster than me, it can just fake me out. So then it's like, alright, what if they do that, then I can blow up the Cole because it's unprotected. But they're going to protect it so they can fake out and then do it next turn. It's like, okay, so I need to get into a position where I can hit the Cole for a ton of damage and then be able to take it out before the Surf goes off. We went super deep this week, okay?
I didn't have to work that hard. I literally just picked 6 bonds, slapped them together, they all have synergy with each other. We're good to go. I just have to make sure that they all survived against Garchomp.
I'm trying to think what this berry was.
What did it do?
Well, I want to say it and see if you know what it does.
Oh.
But I can't find it now.
Is it one of the weird stat berries?
It is a very weird stat berry.
Is it Salac berry?
Margana
berry?
Yeah. Do you know what Margana berry? Moringa berry.
Oh, Moringa berry.
Do you know Moringa berry?
I believe it's one of the it's one of the stat berries, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Do you know which one?
I know Key is defense. Kustap is quick. Is the quick claw one?
Mm-hmm.
Moringa. What is the focus energy one? Focus energy is. Pretty sure that's a Salac berry.
I believe so. That sounds correct. No, Salac is speed.
Salac is the speed. What's the focus energy one then? I know that's not what Moringa is.
So Moringa, if you get hit by a special attack, your special defense goes up.
Okay.
So I was going to carry it on Ensign. So if they hit Surf, then my special defense goes up. So then I can live a rock fall from Cole, so I can parting shot off of it.
Do they have normal Cole or
G-Max?
Okay, so it's a vocal lift.
It doesn't matter because the Cole still kills me.
Yeah.
Like, we had to be 252 plus to live both hits at +1.
Oof. Big oof.
So we're just like, alright, we had to throw that out the window. So that just throws us back to square one. Dude, we went deep.
I could tell.
Overall, like, if you look at the team, you can't tell how deep we went.
Yeah.
It looks very bland. My answer to Primarina is Incineroar.
We gonna Thunder Punch it?
No, I'm gonna snarl it.
Yeah.
I know that's a super lame answer, but that's the best I got this week, man.
You need like a Magnezone.
At one point, we were debating running weakness policy Ensign. So then when they surf, they trigger my own policy.
Yeah.
The problem is I still can't live a hit.
Even if you go like max HP at Dynamax?
It didn't matter. We went extremely deep. And so the solution we came up with is just like, hope they don't do it.
Well, they're probably going to do it because you can't really do anything against it. The best bet I could say is just like Fake Out and Tailwind or something nonsense like that.
No, because at +6 they still are faster.
You can outcode the Weavile before they get the Surf off.
Not if they protect plus Sash. We ran these math.
Turn 1 is
Protect.
Fake out Tailwind
Uh-huh.
on your side. They either have to respect the Fake Out and Fake Out on you, or try to go for it and hope that it is. If you call it correctly and they just go for it, then you stop the Surf, and Cole is sitting there doing whatever, not a +2. Then your Tailwind's up. Then you can just then you're faster than Weavile. You can just Oko it because its Sash is already broken. Did that even come into a thinking?
Yes. We went deep. Any line you can possibly think of, we came up with.
Well, that seems like a very good line, and it seems like a very easy thing to do.
Yeah, instead our line is either Ensign or... No, it's Blastoise Garchomp, Fake Out plus Quake, and then we'll be at +1. If they don't protect, they go down. If they do, they get their trigger. They get their policy triggered, but they're not fast.
Yeah.
And then we can potentially Aqua Jet them to pick up the KO because we're either we put Brick Break on so we can max Knuckle so that the Aqua Jet can do more damage. Look, man, we went. We're all over the place.
The downside is Max Knuckle still procs their policy.
Yep.
I'm surprised Max Quake doesn't Oko the Cole if they just go for it.
It does.
Okay.
It does. The problem is like Weavile's still there. Like if they go for it, we win that matchup because we're faster than Cole. But then we also come into the line of what if they just like protect and then go for like triple Axle the following turn instead? I'm just like, we lose Garchomp. if they hit all three, it's like 70% to my max Garchomp or something. It's like, that's a lot. Yeah, it's. I'm very scared of how bad this matchup is because on paper it looks awful.
Memes are great. Anywho, are we done?
I think so.
We got food waiting.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And then we got to record something else.
It'll be great. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm going to be on a full belly, and then you're going to make me have to do stuff and not take a nap.
Yep. And then I got to edit a bunch of stuff, so let's get going.
All right, so to everyone, if you're not listening on YouTube, make sure you come and follow that YouTube link down below and come over and join us. And since now you're on our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live. And leave a like and comment down below how sick Primate would be in this.
Also, don't forget to comment when Players Cup 3 stuff starts.
Oh, yeah, because that's the actual thing that you comment.
Yes.
Yeah, and not the meme of Primate.
I'd like to hear about people's thoughts on Primate, too.
Dude, I legitimately think it would be sick. I'm not saying it's good, but I want to try it now.
Okay. Just play Gen 1 random battles, it'll be fine.
The problem is Primate's awful at Gen 1, man.
It's fine.
Make sure you go and follow us on Twitter at LR Lessons, myself at Mr. Missouri25, and Carl at musical_33. Carl and I are both on Twitch as well. You can follow us there at Mr. Missouri25 and at musical. Make sure you come and join our community Discord. Not only can you hang out with us all day, but there's also the link for the PokePod Discord link there and the sign up for that so you can come and play and potentially win money because
there's a prize for first and second this time around again.
Yep, I believe that's what we decided on. So
yeah,
I think that's it. YouTube,
yeah.
Twitch, Twitter, Discord.
Yep.
Cool. All right, everyone, have a fantastic week. Peace.